Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new weekly review. So, the last previous week and the week before that, I had a -2%, and also this week a -2%. So, yeah, not a good month for me personally yet. I could take two trades, and two trades of them I couldn't take. So, actually, it could be a -2% of these 2 weeks. So, but we will go first over the two trades I took this or the week that's passed. So AUDCAD on the 8th of January, it was a -1% loss. For me, it was a good trade, 4 out of 4 on the weekly. And I will open the charts here daily, 4 hour and weekly. So if I go over the daily, what can you see on the daily? We had here shoulder one, head, double bottom, which is nice. Shoulder two here. Within that, a bullish M, first leg, second leg, third leg, then here the fourth leg. And within that, you could also see here that bullish M here playing out. This is still the low here. This is the high. We're still in between that. So we have multiple patterns, and we tapped also this beginning of correction here, this daily low, where the liquidity was taken at this daily supply and demand zone here. So very nice to see that. So it was a good trade. We could look for a pattern on the daily chart, but before that, we will go to the weekly. And on the weekly, what can we see? We have a 4 out of 4. We have the trend with us because this is our last low, this is our last high, this is the same low, so we expected the same highs because it's a natural M. So we have our first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, same high, same lows. So we are bullish. Then the candle closed this one, this candle here. This closed all the way till this lows. The week came all the way till this lows, took some liquidity and closed, yeah, more than a half above that candle. So actually, for me, it's a bullish candle close because you can see the buyers are kicking in from this supply and demand zone, and we closed in the middle of that. So the buyers are present. Then the FIB from this low to this high, I guess we tapped the 61.80. Yes, that was true. Or you can take it also from this low till this high. Actually, we are in a bullish market, so we can take it with us. Then the supply and demand zone here, acting as support here, resistance. So this is for me already a clear sign that this is really well holding in a short period of time. And then you can see further, this was just a false break. Here, some buyers here, buyers, then some support wicks. So for me, it was a supply and demand zone there, aligning with that I see here, this red candle aligning here. So we could take there some liquidity, which we did. So a 4 out of 4, which is nice. So I will go over the 4 hour. And what can you see on the 4 hour? We broke this descending trend line. We broke out of it. So I expected a 90% chance till that beginning of correction here or daily selling zone, something like that. So then I could see a potential shoulder one here, this head, shoulder two, because we had a break of this previous lower high, we had a break here. So we expected that shoulder one to get tapped, and we were in the trade, and the trade didn't play out because we made here a double top. Then we came impulsively to the downside, and then after that, we made that correction. So this could be a potential sign that I could stay this trade out on break even when we formed that impulse here, that double top with that correction here. That could be a sign that we want to go further to the downside. So actually, I could go potentially break even, but yeah, this can be a lesson also. So then, AUDNZD, if I go over the daily chart, weekly and 4 hour, I will go first over that it was a loss. For me, it was a good trade, but the only thing I can say is that the 4 hour is not the clearest pattern we had. So I will open them daily, then the weekly, and the 4 hour. So if I go over the daily, what can you see on the daily? For me, it was a pattern within a pattern. You had your shoulder one here. had shoulder 2, within that a bullish M. So it was a pattern within a pattern. For me, it was a big pattern because yeah, we took a lot of time also here to tap that shoulder 1. So yeah, for me it's a big one. So I wanted to see a pattern. And we received after that shoulder 1 zone a bullish candle closing above this selling zone here. So this resistance that could become here also resistance. We closed with a nice candle, bullish candle. So I expected more bulls to be present. So then I went to the weekly. And on the weekly, what can you see? We have a 3 out of 4 because I saw this as your last low and this as your new high. So for me, this is an impulse and a clear correction. And if you go in depth, you can see impulse, correction, impulse, again, impulse, and then correction. So here we made a shift. We made a shift from impulse, correction. We made here an impulse to the downside, and again, an impulse. So, and then the correction. So for me, that's a sign that we can go to the upside. And we had here also that clear buyers, resistance, buyers here sitting. Then here, flip completion from this low till this high from the weekly. So it was aligning. And with here also some yeah big support wicks. So with aligning that ascending trend line here, holding the price potentially up. So it was a 3 out of 4 for me. Trend was with us, candle closed. This one was against us. So then the flip from this low till this high was for us. And then the supply and demand zone here, this one was for us. So a 3 out of 4 was a good trade to take. So then on the 4 hour, what could you see? So here is a detail I want to go over. So what I can see here is you have here a clear shoulder 1 here, head, then here shoulder 2, and you can see that we had here also that bullish M here sitting. So a pattern within a pattern, but the thing I can see is we had here a big impulse to the downside, and here I made some smaller high highs, higher lows. It was still kind of impulsive, but for me, it was not that convincing that it would play out. Okay, we had here an impulse, small correction impulse, and then here you are lagging some a little bit, and then we went more impulsive to the downside. So actually, yeah, it was not that the best trade to take because it was not that convincing for us. This took impulses, and here it took a little bit longer to reach these highs. So actually, yeah, this could be the reason that it didn't play out. And also, if you take your horizontal line here, this candle, this closing a little bit above that wick, just if you zoom in. So this candle, wick high, just close a little bit above that, if you put your horizontal line there. And this could be the reason that this, yeah, didn't play out. So, yeah, this trade could be prevented. So I could be -1% that week. So then the missed trades, I have three of them. GPUSD is the first one. So actually, this was why I was sleeping. It was around, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning, midnight. I was sleeping back then. So if I go over the daily, the weekly, and the 4 hour. So the daily, what can you see? You can see we had here um head and shoulders pattern. You had your shoulder 1 here, head, shoulder 2, made here a small break. Actually, it was not a break of structure, but it was a potential fake out. But you can see the shift in momentum. You can see here impulse, and this is yeah taking a lot more time to reach that shoulder 1. You can see it's more corrective than this impulse here from that leg. So for me, it was nice to see and aligning with our weekly criteria because the weekly criteria was 3 out of 4. We had our trend with us because this was a last lower high, this is a last lower low. So everything between that is just a correction, and you had your bearish W here. So this was a weekly selling zone where the price is rejecting from multiple weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and this could be a potential fifth week. So this was for us, candle close. This one, yeah, was rejecting here a lot. So for me, it was not convincing that the bears are kicking. So it was against us. The fib from this high to this low is for us. Supply element zone acting here as resistance. So for me, it was a clear selling zone. So a $3 for me. And on the 4 hour, what can you see? We had a potential deceleration discount. So this is a pattern I backtested. Um, so this is a diesel discount because you can see these wicks are still in the same diesel box. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. But the only thing that is different is that this candle, this third candle, closing a little bit above, but it's just in a diesel box. So this is called for me the discount diesel. It's just a discount price for the diesel because normally we would enter here then, but now it's a little bit higher. So and it played out. It played out while I was sleeping, so it's a good trade. I could take here 2.5% out if I take my new TP strategy here, 2.5% out. So yeah, this could be a good trade. So a shame that I missed this while I was sleeping. So then Euro Huff, this is a trade I didn't take because I don't trade exotic pairs anymore. So this is a choice I made because I had a lot of losses on them and some liquidity spikes with the spreads and yeah, this kind of stuff because yeah, there I had a lot of losses on. So if I go over it, I just took it on demo. Yeah, I took it on demo. So here we just place I took it on demo. So what can you see? It was a 3 out of 4. And if I go over it, the daily and the weekly and the 4 hour, 4 hour wasn't placed here. So I need to go to Euro Huff. Euro Huff here on the 4 hour. Yes, I thought I had placed it there, but yeah, maybe it was deleted or something like that. So Euro Huff, copy link like this. Yes. So I will go over it. So the daily, what can you see on the daily? We made a first time break of this previous higher low because this was our higher low, higher high. We made a first time break here. So for me, this could be a potential pullback trade. Still at shoulder one here, head, shoulder two within that, a bearish W, and the weekly criteria was 3 out of 4. So and we have a close back above this daily lows. If you put your horizontal line here, this can be acting then as support for more upside momentum to push the price back to the upside. So it was a nice trade to take. And here that daily buying zone, daily supply and demand zone was tapped. So there were some buyers sitting here. So it was okay to take that. So then on the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? We can see we have here that 3 out of 4, the long. You have here these lows, then this high. So this is our previous low and high. So we are in a bullish market. So this is one whole correction on its own. And if you look closer within that, you can see this is an impulse correction on its own, impulse potential correction till that shoulder one here had shoulder two, and you have here also that supply and demand on here that can work against you. So then we could potentially take here for the daily head and shoulders plus W the short setup for that hedge. But yeah, we didn't receive that yet. So we have a 3 out of 4. The 20s with us candle close here was against us. This one and the fib from this low till this high here was between the fib levels and the supply and demand on here. This clear support, resistance, support zone was for us sitting, so it was good to take. Then on the 4 hour, what could we see? A nice shoulder one here, had shoulder two, and this wicks, if you look on the 1 hour, this was clearly broken. So for me, it was a clear head and shoulders with break, inverse head and shoulders with break, and some nice resistance here from that head. So it was a good trade, and then we had that impulse, and we could go break even. So very nice trade to take. Then the last one, NZD CAD. I placed this limit on Dima, but I didn't tap me in. So if I placed it 1.5 pips to the upside, then I would normally be in. I didn't take it on my real account because I had two similar setups on my real account that I took, which gave me two losses. So this is the reason I didn't took it on my real account, but actually, yeah, it was a good trade to take. The daily was a little bit choppy with these highs, lows. It was fighting between these lows and highs. It's just in that channel, um, that consolidation channel here. So it doesn't know, okay, when we are at these daily lows, we want to go up. When we are at these highs, we want to go down. So it can hold very long. But we know on the daily chart that we have this last low and this is our last high. So we have that bullish M. For me, it's a big bullish M because it took a lot of time to form here and to tap actually that daily zone of interest. We have also same highs here, same lows, so we can expect a natural M. Um, so it was a good trade to take pattern within a pattern. And if I go to the weekly, what can you see? A 3 out of 4. We have here our trend is bullish. So we have here our low, high, new low, then here new high, low, higher high. So we are bullish, we are making that bullish M, first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. We are making here also the same highs on that weekly, as you can see on the daily. Weekly same highs, we expect the same lows. So that's also clear. Candle close was for us because we tapped this weekly supply and demand. So, and you can see we had a week from this low and we went all the way up and closed like this. So for me, it's a bullish candle close. The bulls are present. The fib is not yet tapped. We can take also this fib from this low to this high, and you had here a minus 6080 fib completion. So this could be working against us. And the supply demand zone is working for us. As you can see here, support, resistance, weak, false break, support. So this is a clear supply and demand zone. So then on the 4 hour, what could you see? On the 4 hour, we had here our descending channel. You had here your descending channel here. And here also here, that one. So actually I will like this. So we had then the impulse, we broke out of it. So there is a high probability that we reach that beginning of correction here, which we did already. So this was a beginning of correction on the descending channel, but this would be the best region to sell because there is a daily highs. So what can you see what we formed? So we formed the shoulder one here, had shoulder two, which we just tapped because I took 1 pip to the downside because normally I would set my entry here, but I took 1 pip to the upside because a lot of times we are not in these trades. And but now and also now I did also not went in the trade. So what can you see? We had here an impulse, and this was one whole correction. This one was one whole correction on its own. We can also see here the sign. This could be also the sign that we want to go back to the downside because some people will be scared. Oh no, yeah, the trade is gone. It will go to the upside. Maybe I can trade manually and open here a trade and this kind of things or be scared. No, 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 no. You wait, you see, okay, what do we have after this? We have here that correction with a trend and it's becoming smaller and smaller. And then you had your double top here and then we want to tap again that zone. We didn't tap it, so we went back to the upside to trigger sellers back here, took new liquidity from this wicks here, lower than this wick, and then we tapped in. If you placed 1.5 pips to the upside, your entry, then you would be in. So this could be already a break-even trade and still running. So actually my week could be, yeah, 2.5%, min 1% trade, and the other one I couldn't take. So actually I could be standing 1.5% that week. So this is some feedback to me. For sure for this AUDNZD trade. on the 4 hour. This could be a trade that was not that um obvious to take. It was a little bit more choppy and not so obvious. So yeah, this could be feedback to me. So I hope you liked it, my weekly review, and see you next week. Bye.